This is the most urgent of times and a most urgent message.
Consider this, nearly all life on Earth could go extinct because of man-made climate change. It's hard to imagine Earth without life. We take life for granted, but life has not always flourished here. The Earth has experienced dramatic loss of life, or what we call mass extinctions, 5 times over the course of geologic history. Each one of these events has resulted in the loss of more than half of all life on Earth. And the largest and most devastating of all was the Permian mass extinction. By the end of the Permian mass extinction, 95% of all life on the planet was dead. And why is this important today? Because today, a 6th extinction is underway. Today, carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is above 400 parts per million. A level not seen any time in the history of human life on Earth.
We are increasing CO2 levels in the atmosphere at rates far greater than any of the most rapid events that happened in the deep geological past.
But the most deadly force behind all extinctions isn't from outer space. It's from underground, underwater, and under the ice, where trillions of tons of carbon lies in wait in the form of frozen methane. If this methane melts and is released into the atmosphere, it will produce a sudden and massive global warming. At the end of 2012, the World Bank issued a report warning governments around the world that a 5-degree temperature increase is likely unless drastic action is taken to curb carbon emissions.
The world community, global citizens, governments, leaders, NGOs, and corporations must come together, step forward, and take decisive action. The big danger about tipping points is that you can only recognize them when it's too late to do anything about it. So why should we risk these catastrophic events? In the case of climate change, our planet's life support system is at stake. So it is our obligation to take every precaution to stop it.
I have 5 grandchildren. They will be mainly in their 40s in 2050, and I often think about what kind of world they will have.
I cannot say that I'm very proud of what my generation has done and what we are going to leave them, but we still have time to do something, and we cannot afford to fail.
Global sea levels have already risen by 8 inches. And if Greenland's ice sheet melts completely, sea levels will rise 23 feet.
I don't think most citizens in the world have really grasped what is happening and what these risks are. Many of our major cities will be submerged.
Over 600 million people's homes will be destroyed if the world's coastlines are flooded. And if we continue with business as usual, warming the planet further, By the middle of this century, we could trigger runaway climate change, a process beyond human control.
What do you do if you have that information? What do you do?